The crash of Las Vegas is looming. It's pretty disgusting when corporate greed charges you $25 for a bottle of water that costs 25 cents to manufacture. In most cases, they will advertise a specific price for their rooms, but then charge you an additional $35 to $55 resort fee at checkout. That's pretty sketchy. And some of the restaurants, they will actually charge you an additional 10% service fee on top of your 18% gratuity. Some of these multi-billionaires are taking advantage of the system at your expense. In this video, we're going to look at a brief history of Las Vegas. Then we're going to look at the top two corporations that drive this city, WYNN and MGM. We will look at the fundamentals of these corporations, and then we're going to look at some charts and technical analysis to implement proven successful investing and trading strategies of when to buy into these companies. I've been trading and investing in the stock market for over 25 years. Long before the neon lights, before the jackpots, before the legends, there was nothing, just a dry basin in the Mojave Desert. The name Las Vegas was given by Spanish explorers in the 1820s. In 1905, Las Vegas was officially founded as a railroad town. It was a whistle stop between Salt Lake City and Los Angeles, simply dusty and quiet. The first spark came in the 1930s. Thousands of workers flooded the region to build one of America's greatest engineering marvels, the Hoover Dam. And when people came, so did the opportunity, and so did the gambling. In 1931, Nevada legalized gambling. Small casinos and clubs sprouted up downtown. Fremont Street became the city's heartbeat for risk and reward. But Las Vegas truly began to transform in the 1940s thanks to the underworld. The mob saw what others didn't, a gold mine in the desert. Benjamin Bugsy Siegel opened the Flamingo in 1946, a luxury hotel unlike anything the desert had ever seen. It failed at first, then exploded. Vegas had a formula, and it worked. Throughout the 1950s and the 60s, Vegas became America's playground. Stars like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. made it glamorous. The mob made it profitable, and tourists made it legendary. From mafia to mega resorts in the late 1960s, a new chapter began, one without the mob. Billionaire Howard Hughes began buying up Las Vegas hotels and casinos and real estate. The corporate era had arrived. The 1980s and 90s saw the rise of mega resorts. Visionaries like Steve Wynn built Spectacles, Mirage, Treasure Island, Bellagio. Each new resort was a world unto itself, theme parks for adults. Vegas began more than gambling. It was entertainment, architecture, and sports. By the 2000s, Las Vegas had fully evolved into the entertainment capital of the world. Cirque du Soleil, headliners like Celine Dion, Britney Spears, the rise of the UFC, Formula One racing, all found a home in the Neon City. The Great Recession of 2008 hit. Due to corporate greed and corruption in the financial and real estate industries, unemployment soared, mega projects stalled for the first time, and the future seemed uncertain. Post-recession, Las Vegas doubled down on innovation. New casinos like Resorts World, tech marvels like MSG Sphere, and NFL team, the Raiders, now called the city home. When everything was going great, the economy was soaring, then COVID-19 shut down the entire world. In 2020, the lights dimmed again. COVID-19 emptied the strip, the silence was eerie, but in 2022, the city was roaring back. Fast forward to 2025, Las Vegas stands at the intersection of tradition and transformation, sports, tech, digital gaming, the convention center mecca of the world. From a desert mirage built on dreams to a city built by risk takers, reborn by visionaries, this is Las Vegas, and the next chapter is still being written. Now let's take a look at some fundamental analysis of the top two corporate giants that help run this city and try to understand these resort fees and the disgusting prices for a simple bottle of water. We are currently looking at WYNN Resorts, This is July 13th of 2025. The stock is currently trading at $110 and change. Here's the all-time high of 2014. The stock from 2014 has literally been cut in half. Now, when we look at the market cap, it's 11 billion and change. The average daily volume is 1.92 million shares. The PE ratio is 26. Exchange is the NASDAQ. We want to take a look at the income statement real quick. When we look at March of 2024, the revenue was 1.86 billion. The net income was 144 million. When we fast forward a year later, the revenue is 1.7 billion with a net income of 72 million. That is a revenue decrease year over year of 8%. The operating expense is down by 6%. The net income is down by 49%. The profit margin is down by 44%. The earnings per share is down by 32% and change. Now we're going to take a look at WYNN, ticker symbol WYNN. In 2007, it had reached an all-time high and then participated in the market meltdown. And then it's reached an all-time high in 2014 of $249.31. As you can see, this stock has never fully recovered from these meltdowns. But what we want to do is we're going to draw a support line here. So we have a channel here. This is going to give us resistance going forward. Now, if we draw a shorter channel here, it looks like it broke through the first phase. Now, when we go into a 5-year weekly chart, let's take a look and see what that looks like. As you can see in this area here, we have resistance, resistance, resistance. Now it broke through. This is also resistance. It broke through the resistance here. So if you wanted to trade this, you could essentially trade into this. But what you're going to be looking at is you're going to have resistance at 143.88. You're going to have resistance at 117.86. And we're currently trading at 111.27. Now here is an area, we are right at an area of resistance at 110.38. So if you really truly wanted to trade into this stock, we're going to look at the moving averages. The black line is the 10-day, purple line is the 21-day, the green line is the 50-day, the red line is the 200-day moving average. These are pivotal averages that a lot of institutions and managers, hedge fund managers and traders trade on these particular levels, and they set their support, resistance, and their stops on these particular levels. We're looking at 98.71. This stock will retrace and it will come back to this area, and it looks like it will hold a little bit of support. But the challenge here is you're going to have this gap that will more than likely be filled. So 94.56, if you're looking to trade into this, I would let it pull back, trade into this area. And then if you wanted to go in and, come in and out of the stock and do a swing trade or a channel trade, that would be how I would do it. I personally am not a big fan of investing or trading in these particular stocks. If you have a stock that you would like us to cover, leave a comment below. We'll do our best to get to it. If you would like more analysis like this, subscribe to the channel. Today is July 30th of 2025. MGM Resorts International is trading at $38.27. And from its all-time high in 2007, it's been cut by about 60%. We look at the market cap, we're at 10 billion and change. The average daily volume is 4 million shares. The PE ratio is 17, which is considered to be on the low end of the scale. When we look at March of 2024, we've got a revenue at 4.3 billion, net income of 217 million. Fast forward a year later, we are at 4.2 billion, net income at 148 million. Now in the revenue column, we're down 2% year over year. Operating expense is up 1.43%. The net income is down 31%. The net profit margin is down 30%. Earnings per share is down 6%. So let's get into the charts to see if there's going to be a good opportunity for us to buy into this company. Technical analysis for MGM. We are currently looking at a 20-year monthly chart. Each candle represents 1 month. As you can see, the high is $100.50. That was established back in 2007. We're going to get a little more granular, and let's take a look at a 5-year weekly chart. Each candle is going to represent 1 week. In 2021, reached a high of $51.17, and then we have a double top here. In July, it peaked out at $51.35, and then it sold off. As you can see from that peak, it sells off, it works back up. This is going to create resistance and then now it sells off again. The stock hit a low of $25.30. It's currently trading at $38.56. You're gonna have resistance at $42.54, and at this peak area, $41.21, you're gonna have resistance. Now, it's currently in a bullish phase, so it's probably gonna push up into this $41.21 and could even potentially push into the $42.54. What you wanna do if you wanna trade this, look into the moving averages. The black line is the 10-day moving average, the purple line is the 21-day, and the green line is the 50-day, and the 200-day moving average is the red line. So if you wanted to scale into this, you can look at those averages to scale in. So you can potentially scale in at 37.78, and then also if you're looking into, you can look at the 21-day and the 50-day moving average. Trading this, I would potentially trade into this, but as far as investing in this has to be a pure speculation investment on your part. Your financial house is in order, and you've got all your retirement plans are maxed out, your 401ks, your Roths, you have a 6-month emergency fund, and you have some extra cash, and you want to do a speculation play, then you can speculate on this company. This is not my style. If you want to invest in Las Vegas, go to Las Vegas, enjoy the shows, enjoy the casinos, enjoy the gambling, and be responsible gambling. And don't pay $26 for a bottle of water. The only reason why they're charging those ridiculous prices is because they can, because we're paying for it and no one's complaining. If people stop paying those ridiculous prices, the prices come down. It's supply and demand. As far as investing into the corporations in their stocks, there's a lot more stocks out there that are much better, that will make you a lot more money. This is going to be a pure speculation play. I hope this helped. Leave a comment on a stock you would like us to cover, and we'll do our best to try to get to it. I hope this helps. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. What's on your mind? God bless and happy investing.